I have a question about selecting a coach because I really struggle when I try to figure out the coach for my sons. And which are the three main assets you see in a coach?
Uh, well, apart from knowledge of the sport, that has to be obviously, a big one. But if they're young, I think they have to be able to connect with kids. I think that's, especially if a team, like you have to be able to connect with the kids.
Yeah, that's important and happened with my kid. It produces a bonding, a
Mm-hmm.
chemistry with the coach, but once the bonding breaks, it never
Oh,
stays the same. In an individual sport, not a team sport, but I can I watched a couple of times that the very beginning the bonding was tight and there
mm-hmm.
was chemistry, but then one bad action on one thing that isn't reliable, the
And it
bonding
was
breaks.
never rectified. It was never, yeah.
Yeah, but that was my case. You
Well,
have
and
your
whether or
experience.
not it's such a strong bond, I think if there's at least a connection, that if all kids feel like the coach cares about them, that they matter, whether or not they're like see everything on the same wavelength, or are going to remain lifelong, have a lifelong relationship. If the kids feel that that they matter to the coach, that's so important. I think it's terribly important that the coach be positive. If they kind of run their teams with punitive measures, I think that's a huge red flag. Like they've got to be positive. And there has to be, I don't care at what level, there has to be fun. That coach has to recognize that fun is a big part of sports. And that's why kids start to play. That may not be the ultimate reason why, like at the end of the day, you said after, during the lockdown, like you got so much of an advantage mentally from exercising. I think that is the health and well-being of young people is why you want them to play. So they'll have developed this lifelong interest. But if it's not fun, they're never going to develop that. So therefore, I think if a coach really has to have the capacity for making the sport fun, it just can't be a long slog every day, or it's just the kids will ultimately give it up, and you can't blame them for it. And my sport, which is running, is not known for being a barrel of laughs. But there are ways to make it fun. You can introduce kind of games into it and keep it light. I think that coaches that are deadly serious are also to be avoided. It's like this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be enjoyable. And yes, we care and we want to win and we're going to train hard and I have high expectations. But it is not, we're not talking about matters of life and death. So let's keep it light. I really believe that's important in coaching.